This is a test of the Strat-O-Matic for YouTube baseball game. The Strat-O-Matic cards and dice using basic cards and dice of the 1962 season, game number 6, April 10th, 1962, between the Minnesota Twins and the Kansas City Athletics. Minnesota will send pitcher Ed Raykow to the mound. 14-17 with a 4.25 ERA, making his first start of the season as it is opening day in Kansas City. He'll be facing a Twins lineup of Lenny Green in center field, Vic Power playing first, Rich Rollins at third, Harmon Killebrew in left field 5, that's going to be rough, Bobby Allison in right, not the NASCAR driver, catcher Earl Batty, Birdie Allen batting 7th and playing second, Zoilo Versailles at shortstop batting 8th, and the pitcher for Minnesota, Jack Kralik, batting 9th. Without further ado, the first pitch by Raykow to Lenny Green. To be a 1-3 to ground out to the pitcher, 1-3, oddly enough. The first out. Here's Vic Power. The 1-9. Ground out to short. Hauser handles that. Over to Seaburn for the second out. And Rich Rollins. Got a 4-9. That's a base hit for Rollins. So Rollins will get on. Stealing D, so he's not going anywhere. He does give the big bat Harmon Killebrew a chance. Killebrew in 62, 243, 48, 126. His first at bat of the season is going to be a 3-4. There's a grounder to third. Over the first for the third out. So the Twins fail to score in the first inning. On the mound for Minnesota, Jack Kralik, 12-11, a 3.86 ERA and 37 starts in 1962. He's going to face an Athletics lineup of shortstop Dick Hauser, center fielder Jose Tartabull, second baseman Jerry Lump, first base Norm Seibern, right fielder Gino Samoli, left fielder George Alusik, third base Ed Charles, and catcher Haywood Sullivan. Batting 9th, of course, will be the pitcher Raykow. So here is the first batter for the Athletics, Dick Hauser. 2-3. It's a grounder to short for the first out. Jose Tartabull with a 6-2. He lofts a fly ball to left field. Killebrew has no problem with it. For out number 2. And here is the second baseman batting third, Jerry Lump, 1-8. It's a home run 1-2 or a double 3-20. It's going to be a double for Lump. Is it Lumpy? I don't know. Wasn't alive for these guys. I was born in 73, and most of my baseball knowledge comes from the 80s, although I am a bit of a historian. Here's Norm Seibern. 25-117 to go with a 308 average in 62. Runner in scoring position for 2 outs, and Kralik deals. 6-9, down on strikes. Kralik takes care of business. And after 1 inning, no score. Allison, Batty, and Allen do up against Raykow in the second. Here's Allison with a 4-9 base hit. Allison's on first. He's a C stealing. Use a modified rule here. We use the catcher's throwing arm and -2 for holds, so it'd be a -5 if they hold Allison. Otherwise, he'd just be a 1-11. They're not going to bother to hold him. Batty's coming up. He's a good hitting catcher, so we'll let him hit. 4-5. He's not good hitting today as Raykow strikes him out for the first out. Bernie Allen, 269, 12, and 64. 338 on base. We could hit and run here, but we're not going to. 6-5. Ground ball to second. Effectively a hit and run as it's a 4-3, but it allows Allison to move to second. So 2 outs. Zoilo Versailles, the shortstop, coming up. 241, 17, and 67. Versailles goes 2-9. If we were holding Allison, that'd be a single, but we're not, so it is just a ground out to short for the second out. Here is Gino Samoli leading off the second for the Athletics. 5-10. That's a catcher's card X. Batty is a 1. We roll a 4. We'll be safe at first on the drop pop-up. The error on Batty will allow Samoli to start things off first. George Alisic coming up 270, 11 homers, 35 RBIs, and only 211 at bats, so he's got some power. Those dice went everywhere, but that's going to be a 6-7. Flies out to center. Batty will hold it first. Batty not a stealing threat. Here's Ed Charles, third baseman. 38, 17, and 74 and 62. A 5-6. He's going to fly out to right for the second out. And that brings up the catcher, Haywood Sullivan. With a 3-12. That's a fly ball to right. Inning. After 2, Minnesota and Kansas City tied at nothing. Jack Kralik, the pitcher, is going to lead off here. The 3-8. He grounds out to third for the first out. Back to Lenny Green, 0 for 1 on the day as Green. About a 3-6. This time he draws a walk. A 1-out walk to Green. He's a C. Big power coming up. Going to be a 1-5. There's a grounder to short. Over to second for the first out, and back to first for the inning double play. Minnesota picks up no runs. We go to the bottom of the third, still tied at 0. Leading off Ed Rakow, not a good hitter. 5-5. He keeps the bat on his shoulder though. Kralik loses him down to first with a walk. Dick Hauser, 5-3, grounded to the pitcher. Alex a 2. We're rolling 8. That's going to be a 1-6 to 3 double play for the second out of the inning. Jose Tartable coming up now. 0 for 1. Flew out to left his first time up. How about a 3-2? So he foul out to the catcher. We got the dreaded plus injury. So that will end the inning. We do use super advanced injuries in this league, so we'll have to take a look. Tartable has 330 plate appearances. Means he could have a significant injury up to 30 games. Roll for his injury is a 5. Means he is okay and remains in the game. He shakes it off. So, going to the fourth, it's Rich Rollins. He's 1 for 1 today. Got a 5-8, triple 1 to 3, single 4 to 20. Rollins with his second base hit of the day. De-stealing, so he's not going anywhere, especially with Kilbert coming to bat. Focus. We've lost focus. About a 4-8. 1 to 16, line out at first. It's going to be a single. Rollins can only advance one base. There's one asterisk there. And here's Bob Allison. First and second. We're looking for the double play. Allison had a base hit his first time up. This time 1-7. He'll have one this time. Triple 1 to 6 or a single. It's a single, but it's going to get the run home. Runners advance 2 bases. Rollins comes around to score, and it's an RBI for Allison. Suddenly we have first and third, nobody out. And Minnesota is taking a 1-0 lead. Allison's a C runner. They're not going to hold him, though. And Batty's coming up. Looking for at least a sac fly here. It's a fly ball to center. Tartable's a 2 out in center. 6-2 on the basic fielding chart indicates the runners hold. Tartable makes the play for the first out. And the runners hold first and third. Coming up, Bernie Allen. 6-7. Grounder towards second. Lump is a 2. I rolled a 9. And that is going to get the job done. For Kansas City, a 4-6-3. Double play to end the fourth, but they do pick up a run. And now lead 1-0. Harry Lump coming up for the Athletics. He doubled his first time up. 1-8, home run 1-2, or a double. That's another double for Lumpy. I don't know how to say his name, so I'll keep saying it both ways. On at second. And the slugger Norm Cybern coming up. He struck out his first time up. Got a 3-7. This time he's going to draw a walk. So it's first and second with Gino Samoli coming up. I can flip this card. Kralik deals to Samoli. 1-4. Hard liner to third. Rollins snags it for the first out. Going to bring up George Alisic. He flew out to center his first time up. A 4-9. That's going to be a base hit with no asterisks. So runners advance. Lump may have a chance to go. He's a 1-13. We're going to send him 16. He's going to be cut down at home plate for the second out. So now it's first and second. 2 outs, and here's Ed Charles. Kralik saved the run there. Aggressive base running gets him in trouble. It's a grounder back to Kralik for the third out. And after 4 innings, it is 1-0 Minnesota. Back to the Twins. Versailles, Kralik, and Green do up. Here's Versailles. 6-5. It's a grounder to second, over to first for the out. Lump has no problem making that play. And there's 1 down. Here's Kralik. 0 for 1 today himself. 5-8. Triple 1-3 or a single. That's going to be a base hit with the pitcher card for Kralik. So runner at first and Lenny Green. 0 for 1 with a walk. Got a 6-9. Grounder to short. X. Hauser's a 3. Roll a 6. Seems like we're coming up 6s and 9s today. And that's going to allow the runners to advance as Hauser makes the play for the second out. Kralik moves to second with 2 outs, and Power now has a bat with runners in scoring position. Got a 6-3. Grounder back to the pitcher. And that will end the inning. Okay, so Sullivan, Raycow, and Hauser do up. So the Athletics trailing 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Haywood Sullivan. 0 for 1 today so far. 7, and his time he draws a walk. Cow do up. He will try the sacrifice. 7 on the sacrifice. Sacrifice it to the first baseman. Sack 3-1. Sullivan moves into scoring position with 1 out. Here's Dick Hauser. 6-10. Grounder to second for the second out. Sullivan moves up. And Jose Tartable with a man on third. 1-7. Pops it up on the infield. And that is the end of the 5th. 1-0 Minnesota. Rich Rollins. 1-5. 1-13, single 4-20. Rollins having a good day. Going to get a double to go with his 2 singles. He's now 3 for 3. Here's Killebrew. There's a 5-12. Fly ball to right field. Rollins holds. And with 1 down, here's Bob Allison. 2-7. That's a base on balls for Allison. So first and second, that does set up the double play for Kansas City. Here's Earl Batty. Struck out and flew out to center for today. 3-5. This time he's going to have a base hit. Triple on a 1-2 or a single. 15 means it's a single. Rollins will come around to score. Now 2-0 Minnesota. Just want to see. Raycow's POWs is 7. We're using POWs in this basic replay as well. That's pretty much all the additional rules we're using. But it's now first and third with 1 out. Bernie Allen's coming up. I'm playing for 2. 5-9, and never mind, ladies and gentlemen, that's a home run on Raycow's card. 5-9 is a 3-run homer. That will be the end of the day for Raycow. He's not tired yet, but by the rules he's not tired, but he's not pitching well right now. Go to the back of the rotation. You're going to need somebody to come in and do some work here. Go to Dave Wickersham. Trailing significantly, the city just trying to get through. Is a 4 POW in relief. So Wickersham will come on, base is empty, and face Zolo Versa. 4-4 is a fly to right for the second out. And Kralik enjoying a large lead now. Gonna have a 3-10. That is a strikeout. And the 6th, but they pick up 4 runs. Now lead 5-0. Jerry Lumpkin up against Kralik. 2-10. Line out to first. For the first out, here's Sebring. Trying to get something going for Kansas City. But instead he will loft a fly ball to Killebrew and left for the second out. Dino Samoli 6-7. He will fly out to center. Green takes it. It's a 1-2-3 inning. After 6, it's 5-0 Minnesota. Top of the order due up against Wickershaw. Here's Green. 4-for-2 today with a walk. 6-6 is a strikeout. 1 down. Here's Vic Power. 4-for-3 so far. 6-6 isn't still a strikeout. And Rich Rollins, 3-for-3 today, 2 runs scored. A double his last time up. How about a 5-8? This time he lofts this one to left. And Lucic takes it. 1-2-3 inning for Wickershaw. I just want to check Kralik's POW. Usually can go 7 with no problem. And he's into the 7th here. Here's a Lucic leading off. Can't roll the dice today. Folks, that's a 4-4. A fly ball to center X. Green's a 2. 17 on the chart means Green handles that no problem for the first out. Ed Charles coming up. Charles 0-for-2 today. There's a 1-11. Hard line drive right to the shortstop, though. Versal takes that problem for the second out. Here is the catcher, Haywood Sullivan. 5-7. Rounded to second. Allen's a 2. Rolled the 3. And he will take the play and end the inning. After 7, still 5-0 Twins. Killebrew, Allison, and Batty coming up. Killebrew 1-for-3 today with a base hit. A 6-9. Make it 2-for-4 for Killebrew. Lead off single. There's Bob Allison. He's 2-for-2 with a walk today. Reach base every time. Got a 1-3. 6-4-3 double play. We jinxed him there. Wickershaw doing his job, and here's Batty 1-for-3 on the day. 5-8. The fly ball to left. That's the final out of the 8th. So Minnesota cannot add to their lead. For sure do. The lead off the batting here in the 8th. He's not going to do that, so I'm going to try to get something going. Your show's done on the day. Let's see who comes up to hit. Because he's got a 340 on base. They need to get something going. Manny Jimenez, left. Gonna get some at-bats for this team. He will pinch hit here to try to start things off against Kralik, who goes into the 8th inning. The shutout still intact. Jimenez, a 4-7, single and a 1 and a line out to first. The team means a line out to first, and Jimenez, the first out. Dick Hauser coming up. He's over 3 today. 5-7. That's a grounder to second. One is a 2. We roll a 3. And that, we've been there before, I believe, is a 4-3. Second out. The 8th. Here's Jose Tartabull. 6-9. Down on strikes. Go to the 9th. Jimenez can center, so he will come out of the game. The new pitcher will be Danny McDevitt. Devitt's first appearance of the season is a pitcher 2. His POW is 3. Not that that should matter in this game, but you never know. He'll try to keep the score right where it is against Bernie Allen, who homered his last time up. 1-4-8. No, Devitt starts off poorly. This is a base on balls to Allen. There's Al coming up. 4-7. And that's another walk. Devitt, if you're wondering, 41 walks in 51 innings in real life. Kralik is going to bat with a big lead and a shutout going. So 2-9, single 1 to 18 are lined to short. The base hit. That'll load the bases. Nobody out. And they are looking just to get outs now. Devitt's probably going to take the beating no matter what. Here's Green. 0 for 3 today with a walk. 4-6. That's another walk. He walks in a run. Easiest RBI Green's going to have this year. And the bases are still loaded for big power. With a 4-8. We can't get off that 4 column. And that's another RBI walk. Sound scores. 4 walks and a hit in this inning. The only hit by the pitcher, Kralik. And now we're in trouble. Rich Rollins coming up for Minnesota. 6-7. That's a hit on the pitcher's card. Double 1 to 3 or a single. That's going to be a single. 2 RBI. As the runners will advance 2 bases. It's first and third. Still nobody out. He gives up 1 more run. I have to pull him for fatigue, and it's Killer's turn. 5-5 is actually a strikeout. So of all things, he strikes out Harmon Killebrew for the first out. Let's deal with Allison. I would love a double play here. How about a 5-7? Nope, it's a walk to load him again. Bases are loaded for Batty. He's got a base hit and an RBI today. Got a 6-6, and that's a walk. Another RBI walk in the inning. They've batted around with only 2 base hits and 1 out. That's 6 walks, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walks. And yeah, he's done. Maybe forever. Danny McDevitt can't even be a mop-up man. I'm going to go to Gordon Jones. He's just terrible. 6.34 ERA in 33 innings. Any chance of a Kansas City comeback is fading into distant memory. And Allen is due up. Bases are loaded. 1 out. Gordon Jones would love double play here. Got a grounder to second. It's going to be an X. Lump is a 2. Again, a 6. That is indeed a 4. A 6. A 3. Inning ending double play. But they pick up 5 runs. Now lead 10-0. Freilich is going to come out and try to complete the shutout. He'll face the heart of the order, Lump, Seaburn, and Samoli. Here's Lump, 2 for 3 on the day. 6-7. That's a fly ball to center. The first out. Seaburn with a 5-10. Catcher's card X. Fatty, as we know, is a 1, and a 6 keeps coming up on this die today. It's going to be out on a dribbler. So the old 2-3 for the second out. And here's Gino Samoli. Samoli reached an error. 0 for 3 on the day officially. A 1-7. It's going to be a base hit. So 2 outs. Samoli with a base hit. Double 1 single to the 20. The 9 means it's a single. Samoli keeps crazy hopes alive. And George Alisic coming up. Alusic, I don't know. 3-9. Down on strikes. Kralik gets the final out. Completes the game. A complete game, 9-inning shutout. The final score, 10-0. Minnesota over Kansas City. Kralik, obviously the winning pitcher. The losing pitcher going to be Rakow. And, boy, there's a lot of hits to tally, folks. But that is the end of this game. The Minnesota Twins beat the Kansas City Athletics 10-0 on opening day. Hope you've enjoyed this recording. Tune in next time as we will be recording other games from the 1962 season and posting them here on Strat History.